Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Dale.
Hey, I'm John Dale.
We are from Brave Love TV, and we are excited to partner with Hope for the Warriors on this video series about marriage resilience. So they put together some questions to help us have more marriage resilience. So we are going to be the guinea pigs and show you how you can have a conversation with your partner, even driving in the car.
That's right.
So we're gonna do it, and you try it at home as well.
Okay.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Okay, so when I am stressed, how can you tell?
One of the ways is you are quieter than normal. And another way is you tend to want to control things more. Those are the only two that I can think of.
Okay, I get quieter and I get more controlling.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe you might sleep more than you normally do.
Because I'm extra tired.
Yeah, extra tired, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay. Well, when I'm stressed, how can you tell?
You get intense.
More intense than I normally am?
Yep.
Okay.
You work really hard at accomplishing something, getting something done, and you might want to push other people around you to also work
as hard as I am?
Yes.
Okay.
Hurry up, let's go, have to get this done, that kind of thing.
Guilty.
When you are stressed, what do you need from me?
Space to work out whatever I'm stressed out about. Because usually, given myself enough time, I usually figure it out. But just giving me the room to do that. I think also if I need to do some self-care things like meditate or get to the gym or something like that, that you're able to, be flexible with your schedule to enable me to do that. Okay, well, how about for you? What do you need from me when you're feeling stressed?
I think it's a great question to ask during a moment of stress. What do you need from me? How can I help you? How can I support you?
Do I do that?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah. You do a really great job of that.
All right.
Because that's when you go into fix-it mode, and it's actually helpful. Because I'm like,
love
yes,
to
here,
fix stuff.
take this thing. Yes, take that in. Yes, go do that. Just handle this. I need to go do this.
That's right.
So being helpful is great for me. How can we express to each other when we need a listening ear and when we are looking for suggestions to fix the problem?
We learned a while back this really great technique that whenever we come to each other and like something's wrong or we need, something's upsetting us, our default is to listen to each other. And then we also know that if we want our partner to help us fix it, then we need to say, hey, this is a fix-it conversation. Mm-hmm. And then if the other person is not really sure, then they can ask. If I'm not really sure what Sarah needs, I can ask her. I can say, hey, babe, is this a fix-it conversation or do you need me to listen?
And then I can tell you.
And then she can tell me, yeah.
It's just listening.
Right.
Or, yes, please, help me fix this.
Right.
How much conversation per day would be ideal for you?
I'd say
60 seconds.
60 seconds, yeah. No, I'd say
we're done. We can't talk anymore. This is over.
Yep. I've used all my words. I'd say probably, I don't know, no more than a couple hours. But for me, though, it also depends on, how much have I interacted with my team at work, or have I had 5 meetings during the day and I'm just done talking to people, right? So I think, maybe there's a general sense, but I think it's also situational, how you may be feeling, how the work day went, how much conversation would be per day would be ideal for you.
I think I'm about the same.
Yeah.
That if I am working really hard with people all day or even doing a lot of writing work, I might be tapped out at the end of the day and I'm like, I don't have any more words.
Yeah.
But I think generally, since we have conversations over dinner after work, that's really good for me. I really enjoy that. And then of course on the weekends when we're not working.
Yeah, we talk more then.
We talk quite a bit, and that's usually when we have, really important conversations that we haven't had time to have throughout the week.
Right.
That weekends are a good time for that. How much alone or meditation time would you like to have per day?
I need about 2 hours of that a day. Actually, no, about an hour and a half. I take about an hour in the morning. I get up before Sarah does and have a smoothie and a cup of coffee and ice my neck and
all by yourself,
all by
alone
myself,
in the
down
silence.
The stairs and this, yeah. And sometimes I may listen to a podcast or something, but oftentimes it's just being silent, and that's a time for me just to get ready for the day and kind of clear my head. And then at the end of the day, I take about 30 minutes to meditate, and I'll ice my neck again as well. And that's just a time for me to reset and kind of leave work in my office. Sarah, how much time do you need per day to be alone and or meditate?
I like having about an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning to myself to get ready, which seems like a very long time, but that is when I work out. That's when I exercise and feed the dog in the morning. That's when I have breakfast. That's when I have my own quiet time.
Yeah.
So, and then I get ready. So it takes me usually 2 hours to then be at my desk and working. And I really appreciate when you give me the space for that.
That's right.
And even though I do this in a common space, and so I'm at the dining room table, we're working on the living room, John's coming through, he just leaves me alone to do my own thing, which
she's not even there. I just was like, I don't even see her.
I appreciate. In fact, there were times before that he would come in, ask me questions, and would say, hi, good morning. I had to say hey, I know I'm there, but could you...
Sarah.
Could you...
Sarah.
Right. He doesn't do that anymore. So that's helpful. What are some of your favorite self-care activities to do alone and with me?
One's to do alone. Meditation is one. Going to the gym is another one. I know some folks have like workout buddies, but I don't really just do that by myself. I walk the dog every day. Of course, I'm with the dog, but there's not another human there. And then things we do together, we might go for a hike or something. We like to travel together, go out to eat, watch TV, or go see a movie.
Sometimes we walk the dog together.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the TV and movies note, sometimes we do watch TV and movies separately, but then sometimes there are shows that we watch together.
Right.
And it is declared and absolutely understood that if we've agreed that we're watching it together, you cannot skip ahead.
That's right.
You must wait for the other person.
Right.
But it's fun to have shows that we watch together and that we're excited, like, finally the next episode and we're here together, let's watch one.
Yeah, right up until the time that we run out of episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, crap.
Or let's watch all 8.
Well, Sarah, what are some of your favorite self-care activities to do alone and with me?
I also like working out alone. I usually work out at home. I watch videos on YouTube. There's so many. I like doing that by myself. I like journaling and reading sometimes at night. I love taking hot baths. That's really good for my mental health. Together, I like having meals together. I enjoy that. And sometimes we go for a walk or walk the dog together or play with the dog together, hang out with the dog together, go to the dog park, go
all
hiking.
About the dog, man.
Our dog is our child. How can I support you in achieving restful sleep? Do we have sleep solutions?
Yes.
Because when you're dealing with PTSD and secondary PTS and chronic pain issues and trying to figure out your injuries, and you're dealing with identity loss and job transitions and just life in general, if you can't sleep, oh my gosh.
Yep.
All of that is so much harder. It makes you feel crazy. So we have a whole list of things that we do, and we sleep through the night.
Right.
For the most part. We're generally well-rested people.
One of the first things, let's tell the internet that we sleep in separate beds.
We have separate beds. We have twin XL beds
And they're
in our
right
bedroom.
they're like 2 feet apart.
Like it's 1955.
Yeah. But here's the incredible thing about that is, there's probably a stigma out there that, oh gosh, we can't sleep in separate beds, that would ruin our marriage.
We don't love each other, we'll get divorced.
We don't, it's going to kill the intimacy. Let me tell y'all something. Getting separate beds has brought us closer together than we've ever been.
That's true.
Because we are well rested. And we're still sleeping together in the same room. And in fact, we cuddle every night. And then when she falls asleep, I get up and go 2 foot and get in my bed, right? And there's no shame.
Yeah.
No shame.
I am a violent sleeper. I'm like doing kung fu in my sleep. So it makes a huge difference. And I'm just rolling all over the place. And John's just like there like a corpse.
Yeah.
Passed out. Has no idea.
All right, another one. So I use a chili pad to sleep on, and it helps me not have night sweats. I usually run hot anyway, so that, keeps me cool, and that is helpful. Another one.
And you can get chili pads that are separate, like 2 different sides for a queen or a king.
Yeah.
If you want, so that one side can be warmer and one side can be cooler. On that note, we also have separate sheets and covers. So because I'm a big roller and cover stealer, so I don't have to wake John up when he realizes he has no covers.
So I mean, even if you've only got one bed, that may be a cheaper solution than getting 2 separate beds. You just each have your own sheet and blanket in the same bed.
And you can also get beds that are like split kings, so that they're like 2 mattresses right next to each other, but you can have separate sheets. And you could also get different kinds of beds. We have 2 different kinds of mattresses. So John's mattress is perfect for how he likes it. My mattress is perfect for how I like it. And we even have different pillows. John has a special pillow that supports his neck because he has a neck injury. And I have a different kind of weird pillow that supports my neck in a different way.
Another thing that works really well for us is a sound machine.
A white noise machine.
Yeah, white noise. At first I was hesitant to use something like that because I wanted to be able to wake up at a moment's notice and protect my family if somebody came and invaded my house. And I get that that's a real concern for some folks. And I think it was even more so for me, right after the deployment, because I was still on, I had hypervigilance and, all this other thing. But here's what has made the sound machine easy to use. We have a dog, and she sleeps downstairs on the main floor of the house.
A very protective, territorial dog.
She's cute, but she'll eat your face. So the dog's down there, she's keeping an eye on things, and then it's safe for me to turn on the white noise machine. And the reason why I use the machine is I'm a really light sleeper, and so if the machine's on, I'm not going to hear a car go down the street or a plane flying over the house, things of that nature.
We also don't have a TV in our bedroom. We don't even watch things on our phones. We just sleep in our room. And do other things, but y'all need to know about that. So that way we're not disturbing each other when we're trying to go to sleep. Like one person has the TV on, and you got the blue light flashing. We don't do it. And we also attempt to have quiet time of just cuddling, just relaxing or reading a physical book before we go to sleep, so we don't have as much time, with the screens. We get away from the screens before we go to sleep. Helps us turn off our brains, our eyes, everything. I'm also sensitive to light, so we have blackout curtains in our bedroom, which is really helpful for me. And if I'm going to get up after the sun comes up, we can also shut the door to our bathroom, which has a skylight, a lot of light coming in. John's actually really great about remembering that, more so than me. But it's been winter, so that hasn't been an issue. We've been getting up in the dark every day for a long time now. what can I do to support you in caring for yourself through physical activity?
Yeah, I'd say that the biggest one for me is getting to the gym, and you're great about understanding that I need to go frequently, that it's part of my routine.
And it's fine with me that we spend money on that. That's really
Yes.
important. We both share that. It's really important to us to spend money on health, things that are taking care of us.
Right.
That is worth every penny that we spend.
How can I best support you in the physical activity that you need for self-care?
Well, what you already do is, letting me have my own time in the morning when I work out. I work out at home. I use YouTube videos. John doesn't bother me when I'm doing that, even if he's walking through the, downstairs area. So that's really supportive, and also being supportive if I need to spend money on new sneakers or clothing. And I think the fact that we do physical things together, like go hiking or go for a walk, that supports both of us in staying healthy and staying active. During a typical day, what small or big tasks give you energy or drain your energy? I think we've already figured out several things that the other person doesn't want to do. So, for example, you do all the dirty jobs around the house. Thankfully, I'm so glad. Taking out the trash, cleaning the toilets.
Smashing the bugs.
Smashing the bugs. We live in the woods. There's always bugs. That stuff doesn't drain you, right?
No.
I find it so draining.
Or I also tackle the finances for our family.
Because otherwise I would spend all the money. We'd be in trouble.
That's not necessarily true.
But you're just better at it.
You're great at not buying a bunch of stuff. So.
I just pretend we don't have any money and I just can't buy things.
Okay.
It's better that way. And then there's other cleaning stuff around the house, like it doesn't bother me to dust. That annoys you, right? You don't want to dust. So it doesn't drain me. Or cooking and coming up with different meals and stuff for us to eat. It doesn't bother me that much to do the grocery shopping or to make sure we have, when we're making meals, meal planning, etc.
Right.
So I become more anxious and I have difficulty continuing conversations in a calm way when you start to get more intense and loud and your voice gets louder. I start to get more alarmed. But I think that's a great moment when we can take a break. And that's something that John and I use a lot.
Yeah.
Because at those moments, either one or both of us, we are what Dr. John Gottman calls flooding. We're flooding with emotions. So literally our brain, our mind, body.
You just can't see straight.
Right. It's just all you can see is those strong emotions. So nothing productive can happen. So it's better to just take a break, at least 30 minutes for that to be worked out of your system. And go do something healthy. Going for a walk, walking the dog, go work out, go punch a pillow, go meditate.
Whatever that is. Something else that we do well with that is that we have an agreement that if one person says, I need a break, then you respect them and you let them take a break. Even though deep down you're like, oh, I just want to finish this conversation and I want to win. I want to keep talking because I'm right. It doesn't matter. Because with
the conversation ain't going nowhere.
No. And we love each other enough that if somebody else says, hey, I need a break, then we know that we love them and we want to give them what they need.
So give that a go. Next time you were driving in the car with your partner, try some of these questions, see where the conversation goes, see what you can learn about each other, see how you can improve the ways that you're communicating. And you also don't have to do it all at once. You could just do one question at a time, whatever works for you. We hope that's helpful. Thank you, Hope for the Warriors, for partnering with us and giving us these questions for how to build a more resilient marriage. And we hope to see you guys soon, sometime over at Brave Love TV. Have a great day.
See y'all.